Marriage is awesome, but every now and again it can use a little bit of a spicing up. What's going on, everybody? This is Austin from the Bare Maximum Project, helping you take your life and your family to the next level. Let's talk about how we can overcome boredom in your relationship starting now. We've all had those times in our relationship where things tend to get a little bit redundant.
Oh, goody! Holographic meatloaf again!
Let me tell you, because being bored in a relationship leads to some dangerous, scandalous behavior. This is why step number one is to say something to your partner about it. Let them know how you're feeling. They deserve that. Now, let me remind you, this is not the time to come home and just start acting a fool that day. You need to say it the right way so that they understand the message, so you guys can start working on it together. And who knows, you might even find out that they're feeling the exact same way that you are, so you ain't by yourself. Now, some of the redundancy that can come in relationships often happens whenever you're having the same argument over and over and over again.
And again and again until we're both dead.
But rather than focus on the negative, both of you guys should probably try to decide to come up with an actionable game plan so that you guys can get out of that rut that you're dealing with right now. Now, for different couples, this could mean different things, such as, do you guys need to go out more? Do you need to change up your conversations? Are you tired of having chicken and you want to have meatloaf instead? Whatever the case is, find out what you're doing over and over and over again and make an effort to change it up. Now, the second thing you want to consider in this situation is you want to think about the things that you want to do in your personal life to kind of spice things up a bit. What I mean is, if you want to hang out with friends more, go do that. If you need to go see some things a little bit, go ahead and do that. But find a way to fulfill yourself so that way you guys have something to talk about when you get together again. Find a way to kind of beef up your own life a little bit so you guys have things you can share with one another. There's nothing worse than coming home from work and then they ask you how your day was, you say fine, and that's the end of the conversation. That sucks. What I'm saying is, do things in your own personal life that you can bring home and tell your loved one about. If you have nothing to bring to the table other than, hey, my day was fine, then you're contributing to the boredom also in your relationship. I've done it. We all do it. Find a way to spice things up in your own personal life so that way you have something to give and bring to the table. Next tip, remember to keep dating. I cannot stress this enough. A lot of times when you're with somebody for a long time, you have the tendency to kind of get stuck in that routine. The get up early, have breakfast, go to work, come home, repeat. But lost in that comes the importance of spending real quality time with one another, not being on your phone, not checking your emails, not watching TV, actually doing something together. I know, COVID makes that very difficult. You got to wear a mask everywhere. You're breathing in garlic all the time and you really can't enjoy yourself, but you got to find a way to make sure that you guys take dating seriously because it's going to help with intimacy also. Again, I'll use myself as an example. I have the tendency to get comfortable a lot in my own marriage. It's so easy to do and it's a very hard habit to break, but getting comfortable is dangerous because you begin to take the person that you love for granted. You still love them, but you get used to them. And going out on dates is a way of showing, hey, I'm still pursuing you. I'm still interested in you. You're still important to me. I'm still in love with you and I still want to have a good time with you. I don't want to sit on the couch tonight. Let's get out and do something. Or if your budget's a little tight like most of us nowadays, find a way to date at home. It doesn't have to be filet mignon and a bottle of rosé. It could be some chicken tenders from the grocery store and some ginger ale and you're good. Just a thought that counts. Conversation and intimacy are everything in dating while you're still together. Getting that complacency going is so dangerous. So find a way to break that up and show that you're still pursuing this person. Dating's important. This next point is probably the most important, which is to avoid temptation. Again, cannot stress that enough. When you're bored in your relationship, it's very easy and it happens so quickly is you kind of get the temptation to start looking around. And guys, I'm sorry, but we're bad at this. You're in a relationship. There are ebbs and there are flows. There are peaks and valleys. There's ups and downs. And being bored is going to come and it's going to go. But it's all on what you do with it. And looking around, trying to check out the options, don't do that. That ain't cool. When you're committed to somebody, when you're giving your heart to somebody and they're giving their heart to you, you ain't got no more options. That's your one and only option. And you got to make that thing work. You got to cultivate that ground and make that thing grow with them. So do not look around. I know that there are times where it's like, dang, she look good or he look good. No. During times like these, it's kind of tempting to say, oh, I've fallen out of love with the other person. But I don't believe in falling out of love. You can become disenchanted, but falling out of love is impossible. And here's why. When you're loving somebody, it's not a feeling that you have. Those are called butterflies. But what love actually is action that you take on a daily basis. Love is a choice. You choose to come home to this person every day. You choose to share your life with them. You choose to go through the ups and downs with them. And falling out of love doesn't apply to any of that stuff. All that stuff is a choice. So being bored in your relationship or your marriage doesn't have to be a death sentence. You can come back from it because it's going to come and it's going to go. The choice is yours and how you choose to handle it and how you want to overcome it. Do you think you're too far gone? Okay, that's your choice to make. But do not give up and call it quits before you do everything in your power to try to revive things, because it can be done. My wife is my best friend and the love of my life, so I got a 2-for-1 deal. But that don't mean that there have been times where it's been like, if you don't say anything, it starts to come out in other ways. You start to snap at each other a little bit more. You tend to criticize a little bit more, and the list goes on and on and on, all because you're not feeling satisfied. But it's your job to really do your best to put things back the way that you want them. We will catch you back here next week. Take care, everybody.